Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am the king of talk, and I'm here with you for just a few minutes. For just a few minutes. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Um, Hold on, let's see. Y'all know I gotta say my good afternoons, because that's important. Good afternoon, Janice. Janice says, "Is that why you like me?" I don't understand. What does that mean? CK? CK says, "I feel like Oprah Winfrey." I don't know what that means either. Robert Willis. What's up, Robert? Good afternoon. Thanks for checking in. Anthony. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sabrina Brini. Checking in from North College Hill. Got Dominique in the house. Dominique. Good afternoon. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that meant. Got Peachy. Peachy in the house representing Coleraine. Hey, Peachy. Victoria. Victoria. I'm sorry. Her name Jacqueline, but she's one of my bandmates from time to time. For the next month? For about the next month, she's one of my bandmates. Then we kicking her out. No, we're not kicking her out, but she won't be with us anymore. But we call her Peachy. I think I got to Victoria. Good afternoon, Victoria. Good afternoon, Dwayne, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Daryl. Daryl, good afternoon. My OSHA. This was I don't know if it was that long a week. I was here every day this week for all of the haters. Good afternoon, my OSHA. Phyllis, good afternoon. I'm actually put a real countdown together. Those are just countdowns that the new things that the system gave me. So I figured they there. I might as well use them. David, good afternoon. He's representing Westchester. Vincent says he's back home in Mason. Good afternoon, Vincent. I appreciate you. Got Yo Underwood. He's representing the Hard Rock Casino. All right. We got North Avondale in the house with Pamela Kinney. Pamela, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bonita in the house. She's representing Roseline. All right. Thank you for checking us out, Bonita. Tria representing Columbia Township. Good afternoon, Tria. Tria tried to make me a bad guy earlier today. I don't know why. She want me to be a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. Peachy says true. It is true. It is true. Yeah, I don't know. I love performing with Peachy. She's fun and talented. Y'all ready for that white death? What? Craig's coming here? Janice said you like people who disagree with you sometimes. I like people who push back. I like to be pushed too. I know people think that I'm always right, and I do. I do think I'm always right. But if you point to me something to show me that I'm not right, I want to change my mind. And I want to be, I don't mind being told when I'm not right. Like, you're wrong about that, Emmanuel. Am I? How? And then people, see, you trying to start. Like, no, I'm asking. Like, it's a legitimate question. You say I'm wrong. What did I say that was wrong? Well, you said so-and-so and so. How is that wrong? Well, you said it was this, but it's really this. I'm like, oh, thank you. I did not know that. See? It'd be that simple. Y'all just be scared to engage in the conversation because it might cause some of y'all to actually think. But it helps me. I want to be right. Maria representing North College Hill. Let's see. Daryl says, yes, you were. I'm proud of you. Perfect attendance this week. Yeah. Perfect attendance this week. I'm something distracted me over to the side here. Let's see. Brent, good afternoon. Representing Dallas, Texas. Nikki in the house. Good afternoon. Preston says he is stuck on I-75. What do you mean stuck? It's like it shut down or something like that. They do that from time to time on 75. We got David Herring in the house. Good afternoon, Uncle, whom I love and cherish just as much as his brothers. I don't know. You can say it. But saying it and showing it is two different things. Chelsea in the house. Good afternoon, niece. Who I love just as much as all of my other nieces. We got Nate in the house. He talking about the property taxes in the county giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to, as he classified them, rich white folk. Reese Mooney in the house. Good afternoon. Terry representing downtown. Good afternoon. We got Mike Ballard in the house. Good afternoon, Mike. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. You like it or no? You don't like it? You ain't gotta eat it if you don't like it. She got some of that, what is that popcorn that people be losing their minds for up in Chicago? I can't remember what it's called. I waited in line for it for somebody last time I was up in Chicago. Bring me some, I can't remember, popcorn back. I actually waited in line, along a line for popcorn. Yes, that's it, David. Garrett's. So Mrs. Livingston just brought the little baby some Garrett's popcorn down here. Because she has some. And the little baby don't like it. I didn't like it either. I'm not a popcorn guy. Anyway, what you say? You thirsty? Well, go get something to drink. Yes, you can. You know how to get something to drink. Even 4-year-olds know how to get something to drink. Yeah, they do.
I'm 6.
Yeah, whatever. You say you 6, but I think you 4. You look 4 to me.
I'm not 4.
Whatever. You look 4 to me. But she doesn't like the popcorn. I don't either. I don't see the big deal. It's popcorn. But I'm not a popcorn guy, so, you know. We got Regina in the house representing Madisonville. We got Brenda representing Fairfield. Who's been ordered to pay $354 million? I missed that one. Let's see. I was only saying that Mr. Ware was extra focused on the conversation with you and Raven. He never looks at the chat that long. He was. And I wasn't really trying to, do him like that. We might get into that just a little bit because I don't really have nothing to talk about. We just gonna kind of maybe recap a little bit of yesterday and got a couple of little things that I want to talk about. Lamont, represent Westwood, good afternoon. Let's see. I think I got everybody, didn't I? I think Pat, I didn't see Pat. Good afternoon, Pat. Jason, good afternoon, Jason. Let me see. Brent says, did she get the Chicago mix? Again, I don't know all of that stuff, but I think it is. It's the caramel and the cheese. I guess that's the Chicago mix. Either way, the little baby don't like it. Nat Turner. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Pat, Good afternoon. I think that's everybody. Carolyn, good afternoon. Did you see the story out of Florida where a police officer shot at his own cruiser at a handcuffed black man in the back of his cruiser because he thought the handcuffed unarmed black man was shooting at him, but it was acorns falling on his vehicle, and he thought it was gunshots. I did not see that. I had to look that up. I will have to look that up. Are they saying Trump and them got ordered to pay money? I'll look that up too. What did Mr. Ware say or do to Raven yesterday? We'll talk about that in a minute. Give me a minute. Let me just make sure I got everything. We got Jack. Jack representing Kennedy Heights. Good afternoon, Jack. Thank you for checking in. We got Jeannie. Jeannie in the house. I don't think I saw Jeannie. She said, happy Friday. I feel like it's been a minute since you've been here, Jeannie. Have you been here and just like lurking, or am I just forgetting because I had coronavirus a few years ago? Because it's not because I'm getting old. We got Big J in the house. Big J in the house representing Blue Ash. All right. Let me get the easy stuff out of the way first. Tria. Tria says, what did Mr. Ware do or say to Raven yesterday? Now, he started with the same nonsense that he do. You know, when I... See, y'all have to understand. I know we love Lincoln Ware, but here's what y'all have to understand. Lincoln Ware is lazy as F. And he wants people to do everything for him, including the stuff that he's supposed to do for himself. And if you are that person, he loves you. You're perfect. If you ask him to do his own job thoroughly, then you ain't that good. And he wants somebody else to take your spot, or after a while, you trying to take his spot. So yesterday, you know, he was saying the same thing that he said about me. I know it was a playbook. I've seen it before. And he was saying about Raven, well, it's hard to do the job over there when you really want to take the job of the person. In essence, what he's saying is she can't produce his show correctly because she want to be the host of the show, which probably could be further from the truth. Now, I can't speak for her necessarily. I know when he was saying that nonsense about me, it couldn't have been further from the truth. But because I would say to him, you know, hey, you do so-and-so, that's your job. No, you do so-and-so. No, I will not do that. That's your job. You do it. Then I wanted his show. And, you know, yeah, nah. And the next step from that was when he had Chuck Cromer and Donnie Cofer making up lies about me trying to get me fired. And so that's all I was telling her, like, all right, I've seen this, that Whitney Houston song, same script, different cast. I'm like, I've seen this scene before. I know what the next act is. So just watch your back. When you have people calling corporate to lie on you to get you fired, you know, just be aware that that is one of the plays in his playbook. And then they shut down the live. I don't know. I was just telling the truth. So what Raven do? Quit? No, she just said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just do my job and let God handle it. That's it. I don't know why they shut the live down. And he can't say anything I said wasn't true because he admitted it. He didn't admit it to y'all, but he admitted it to me. Like, yeah, I did tell them to call to get you fired. He admitted it to me. So, you know what I'm saying? What I said was 100% true. And then she's like, nah, I'm not going to deal with it. So I'm like, okay. And then next thing I know, he shut down the live and started a new one. So that's it. That's the whole story with regard to that. That's that whole story. So that was it. And I guess they didn't like me saying that. So they shut that down. What else? Was there something else I was supposed to be? I'm supposed to be looking up what Trump. I better look it up over here. Let me look it up over here. Judge orders Trump and companies to pay $355 million in civil fraud. All right. Hold on, I got a few questions. I'll answer questions. I don't mind answering questions. I ain't no Cat Williams or nothing, but I think we need understand power dynamics. Even if it's not your job, it might be. That's just it. Here's the truth. Lincoln he's a very likable guy. So people, the higher ups, they really like him. And so he can get away with just about everything. So it's one of those things where, okay, his job is to do this. But he says, you do it. And you say, no, that's your job. And then he complains to them that you didn't do his portion of the job. And then they look at you like, why didn't you do it? Now, me, I just look at them back like, because it ain't my job. And that would pretty much be the end of the conversation. It's I don't be putting up with nonsense like that. If I didn't do my stuff, get on me. If I didn't do his stuff, get on him. Because his stuff didn't get done. Don't get on me about his stuff. So, and I know y'all don't understand from the outside looking in, but I'm going to tell you, typically, here's the way it go. I guess I can't say that. I've seen radio stations have a board op. I call that a technical producer because I feel like board op is demeaning because you're doing more than just operating the board. But you have a board op, you have a separate phone screener, you'll have a separate person who's producing the show. And you might even have other people to do other things. Like, and to a large degree, that would be a part of the producer of the show who would go, like when it'd be like, oh, somebody out there, go let them in. That ain't my job. Like you telling me you want me to leave the board where anything could happen to get up and go let somebody in. That's somebody else's job. So, okay, because that all became my job because it's only one person, you can, okay, let me go let that person in. Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me do that. Okay, let me do this. Let me do that. And you're doing all this other stuff that really shouldn't be your job if the station was run like, any other radio station. And you can't even say it's because it's a black-owned radio station because they had another talk station when they turned what is now WOSL, old school. For a while, they turned that into Fan. It was a sports talk show. So it was the same company running a talk station. But guess what? They had a full staff. They had a dedicated call screener. They had a dedicated board operator. They had dedicated producers. They had dedicated people to run commercials. Literally, they were right across the hall. Like, all I had to do was this. And I'm looking at them. And they got a whole staff of people, but they like, oh, we can't afford it. How would you afford it? But Fan was catering to the white audience. So they wanted to make sure that they were doing their stuff right and that they stuff sounded good. You know how, sometimes you listening to Lincoln Show and y'all be like, this stuff sounds like it's a bootleg station. Sound like it's a bootleg station. Fan never sounded like a bootleg station. because they made sure it didn't. Where the Wi-Fi is out and that never happened on Fan. They had they had a full staff of people. They had a person who was assigned when a guest came in. Y'all know how the guests will come in and, they'll be on the mic and Lincoln be like, oh, pull that mic up to you or whatever. Fan had a person to position the mic in front of the guest. That was their job, to position the mic in front of the guest. You were never going to hear their host say, hey, pull that mic up to you. And again, the station was right there. It was right there. We don't have the money for that. Yes, y'all do. I'm looking at it right there. So, So did Raven get fired? No, Raven didn't get fired. Or at least I don't think she got fired. I hadn't heard she got fired. It was just a conversation that we were having. Because he said that nonsense yesterday. That was it. But so, yeah, when y'all be like, oh, Raven ain't doing this and oh, Raven ain't doing that and Raven's job is to do this or, Raven miss, 12:30, the buzz. 12:30, the buzz. She probably doing 3 other people's jobs, so she missed that. From the outside, it seemed like, oh, she ain't doing her job. Oh, she this, oh, she that. But, no, it's not right. That's all I'm saying. It's not right. And then to have all of that responsibility and be told you need to do some of his job as well. Like, no, I got enough jobs. So, yeah, that's it. That was the whole thing. And then my guess is he saw the conversation. He probably, because it looked like he was texting, so he might have texted the general manager, and the general manager looked at it and said, well, take that down. And then so they had to stop the whole live stream and start a new live stream. So that was it. Wasn't no big deal. He sure was texting. He was texting. He was. But that's it. Ain't no big deal. So, y'all know, he mad at me now. Because it's a whole ordeal with his daughter that I really don't even want to get into. But if people don't attack me, I don't say nothing about them. But if you attack me, I'm probably going to come for you in some way. And so, yeah, I don't know if y'all know that he don't acknowledge my comments for the most part, and he blocked me on Facebook, not the radio station's page, but his personal page. He blocked me. So it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. But no, that was it. That's the whole deal there. I certainly hope that nothing bad happens. I certainly hope nothing bad happens. Janice say, we all understand downsizing. We've all been there. Once office with 3 or 4 people, then there's just you. Well, that was coronavirus. And it's funny, I was just talking to Mrs. Livingston about this the other day, and I was saying to her, y'all know all the stuff y'all went through with coronavirus, and I be hearing people talk about isolation and all of that kind of stuff. And it was and we learned how to not deal with, because we didn't have interaction with people and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I did not share everybody's coronavirus experience. I went to work every day. The office wasn't filled with people, but there were a few other people there. and we interacted with one another. And then, if I needed to stop somewhere on the way home, I did. I stopped on the way home and did whatever it was that I had to do. I wore my big mask, but I really didn't miss anything during coronavirus. So when everybody has all of this, things change during the coronavirus and this and this and that, it's not true. For me, my routine didn't change almost at all. Almost at all. So when I hear y'all talk about it, I can't really identify with that. I can't really identify with that. Ron, you're saying something I don't believe to be true. I remember you called Tamiko a pig and you went in on her. That's not true. I've never done that. I don't think I would ever call someone a pig. Unless they really, really made me mad. I'm pretty sure I never did that. No, I don't do that. And one of the reasons why I feel like I'm certain that I didn't do it is because I don't really have any animosity towards his daughter. None. None at all. Like I said, I don't talk about her unless she brings me up. If she never brings me up, I wouldn't bring her up. Your routine changed. You stopped working for the buzz. Well, that's kind of not true. That was after the whole pandemic thing was over. Which is the crazy part about that. That was after the whole pandemic thing was over. Throughout the pandemic, that year or two or whatever it was, I was an essential employee. I was at work every day. Then once everything was over, people were vaccinated, stores were opening back up, things were back to normal just about. Then they said, you got to get vaccinated. And again, it was long after vaccinations. Like I said, stores were opening up. People were already saying, because remember when stores first started opening up, people were like, if you're vaccinated, you have to, you can come in without a mask. But if you're not vaccinated, you need to be wearing a mask and blah, blah, blah. It was after even all of that nonsense stopped. So yeah, through the whole lockdowns and all of that kind of stuff, nothing changed for me. Nothing changed for me. I went to work every day. I worked every day. Sometimes it would just be me. Every once in a while, Raven would get sick, not come in. So it would be just me in the studio. And I would do the job, run the board myself, and do the show. I remember telling her, don't do that. Not that you don't have the ability to do it, but don't do it, because if you do it, then they'll start expecting you to do it. And I'm glad that she listened to me on that. You should have sued. I don't want to sue. I don't want to sue. Y'all can't forget, Lincoln Ware said live on air. E-Man could come back if he want to. I wish he would. My life would be a whole lot easier. I think he was just talking. Lincoln was an essential worker also, right? No. Y'all remember Lincoln did all of those shows from home. He never came to the studio. He never came to the studio through that whole, he didn't come to the studio until they forced them back to the studio. So no, he wasn't. I think me and Raven, a few people here or there, but like all of the FM stations and stuff, they were voice tracking. So they didn't even have to come in. They didn't even have to come in. Yeah, Lincoln was in his basement when COVID hit. Yeah, yeah. Chelsea says, I had a similar COVID experience to you, but I do think about how Walmart isn't 24 hours anymore quite frequently. I had a lot of random late night Walmart trips pre-COVID. Raven, welcome, Raven. Y'all know I like when we have celebrities in the house. She says, me, you, and Chad. That's it. Yep. That would be it. Like, it. But me and Chad, cool. Me and Raven, cool. So I always had that extra person to talk to and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I didn't have that experience. I really didn't. I don't know what... I could imagine being locked down and not being allowed to go out and interact with people, you know, face to face. But it wasn't my experience. It wasn't my experience. But yeah, no, that was it. That was it. But yeah, he was really paying attention to that conversation earlier today. I don't think he likes it when I tell the truth, when it doesn't paint him in a good light. But I just tell the truth. There's some truths about me that don't paint me in a good light. But if you know them and you say, hold on, this is a fact about Emanuel. Okay, what's the fact about Emanuel? Emanuel said this. Oh, yeah, I did say that. It don't look good on me, but I did say that. I'm not going to be mad at you because you tell the truth about me. The truth is he had people call corporate. Where he always talking about people calling corporate on people. He orchestrated that whole move in an attempt to get me fired. It's just the truth. And he admitted it. Just own it. And that be that. The judge orders Trump. Judge orders Trump and companies to pay $355 million in civil fraud trial. I'm just now seeing this. Today's major ruling, a judge ordered former President Donald Trump and his companies to pay nearly $355 million in a ruling in the New York civil fraud case. He's also barred from serving as an officer or director of any New York corporation or other legal entity in the state for 3 years. And he cannot apply for loans from any financial institution registered in the state for 3 years. Oh, wow. That might affect him. Yeah, that might affect him. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But it don't really affect me. Like, it don't really affect me. I'm not like overjoyed about it. Like, yeah, got him. I keep telling you, I don't root for people, even people who I don't care for. I don't root for people's downfall. I don't. And I typically don't cheer when they experience their downfall. So, I mean, it happened. It's news. My guess is they'll appeal. I'm certain it's a ruling. So, in my mind, it's appealable. I might be wrong there because I'm not a legal scholar. So I might be wrong there, but my guess is it's appealable. So for those of y'all who do cheer for somebody else's downfall, and y'all like, yes, got him. Hold off. You might have him. But maybe not. So we'll see. We will see. What else? There was something else that somebody brought up. Where is fake Terrence Howard? I think he's off making movies. Fake Terrence Howard is out making movies. Brainy says, appealable or not, he's not going to pay nothing. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Funny thing is, he has to come up with a ton of money if he wants to appeal all his losses. That's true. That's true. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think Trump is as rich as Trump says that he is? Is he a billionaire? Like a legit billionaire? Like liquid? I'm not sure that he is. I'm not sure that he is. Well, let me take that back. I'm certain that he is. If he sold everything that he has, and as I say, just liquidated everything, I would imagine he's got $1 billion. I mean, if he sold sold any buildings, golf courses, planes, business interests, sold everything and paid off all his debt. I think he's got $1 billion. I don't think he, 6, 7. No, I don't think but I think he might still have $1 billion. Ron got to run up in here. Trump Tower is worth $500 million by itself. I don't know how many other people own interest in Trump Tower. So I can't really say. Janice says, and I don't know why this isn't showing up here. Janice says, yes, you said liquid, maybe after taxes. I'm giving it a maybe. I think most of his wealth lies in his connections, to be honest. Liquid, he might have a few $100 million, but he can live like a billionaire via his business dealings and connections. I'm not sure. But here's the funny part. He might end up being your next president of the United States. And we don't even trust that the man is worth what he says he's worth. Like, nobody actually trusts Donald Trump on anything. No reasonable person actually trusts Donald Trump on any subject. Well, I trust that he was grabbing them women by the vagina. That I believe. Stuff like that. But that's negative. Who wants to be trusted for that? Like, you want to believe, well, that was just locker room talk. Hey, nah, that wasn't no locker room talk, bro. You was telling that dude what you be doing. So I believe that. Caller.
I'm grabbing people by the vajayjay. Hey,
right.
man, it's Ron, man.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Ron?
Hey, man, first of all, so how did Trump wreck the country?
Say that one more time.
How did Trump wreck the country?
How did he wreck the country?
Yeah, I mean, y'all acting like he wrecked the country. He was bad for business and
Well,
all that.
one way
Okay,
that clearly, and I don't even, I'm gonna answer the question. All right, one way that he clearly wrecked the country is when coronavirus started happening. He lied about it. He didn't take it serious, and he started saying nonsense about how to cure it. Millions of people died, and the economy went to hell. Which possibly, I
but wait,
can't
wait,
say
wait.
with
Now,
100%.
now,
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me,
everybody's
Ron. Let
economy.
me finish. Let me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
I can't say
Everybody.
with 100% that had he taken appropriate steps in the beginning, that a lot of the stuff that happened wouldn't have happened. But he definitely did not do what he needed to do to keep the country on the right path.
So he didn't get the PPE and get everybody started on this. He made so much extra, and then he started them on the cure for the virus, right?
No,
Didn't he?
no.
Oh, fuck me. He didn't start on the cure for the virus.
What did he do uh, to
Wait,
facilitate a cure for the virus in your mind?
when I get that, man, see, you always be playing.
What?
And it's not about, and I'm trying to get you to see that it's not about, you know,
I think
Trump.
that was a legitimate
But,
question.
but,
I
but,
think
but,
that was
but,
a
but, but, but,
very
but,
legitimate question.
okay, okay, okay. Now, our Operation Warp Speed. Who initiated that?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure
Oh, fuck.
even that. Can I
No,
finish
no,
answering?
no. Okay, okay, okay.
Can,
I'm sure.
can I finish
And
answering?
and
Can I finish answering?
he okay.
Just because the president stands up and holds a press conference and says something
No,
doesn't. Can I finish
that's that
answering?
bullshit.
Can I finish answering? Just
Okay.
because a president steps up, has a press conference, and says this is Operation Warp Speed doesn't mean he initiated that thing.
So when Biden get up and say he initiated that and this, that, and the other, he didn't initiate it.
Not necessarily. Come on, Ron. You
Okay.
smart enough. You
Okay,
are
man, but
Ron.
see,
Hold on,
you
Ron.
bullshit. He
Ron.
initiated, but see,
Ron.
I let you finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Well, you asked me a
See,
question. Don't ask me
yeah,
questions
but
if
I
you
let
don't
you
want me
finish.
to answer.
Okay, you answer my question. You answer my question.
Well, I didn't,
And
but go ahead.
I'm telling you that that's that bullshit. And I'm telling you, and it's a trip because they don't, they don't, you know, follow Biden around with the somebody who's telling all the fact check. They don't follow him all around fact check. Now, see, I'm one of those ones. I watch I watch Fox, I watch MSNBC, I watch them all, and I take and I record them so I can go ahead and go back because what everybody not fucking telling the truth. The truth lies between what Fox and all them says. The truth lies amongst. I can't.
Hold on. Well, let me
The truth is
let
out
me
there, but
let me
the
try to
truth is
make
out
it
there,
simple.
and now okay now let me finish. Now
You take so
now
long.
they they said now Trump said that he that the virus was initiated in China, Kung flu. Now he was trying to do things to
Ron, you getting so far off base from even what
no,
you
I'm
said
not.
you
You
wanted to
said
talk
what
about.
did he do?
No, I
You
didn't.
said what did
No,
he?
that is not.
Okay.
No, you're the one who asked what he did.
I asked you what did he do, and you told me what he did. But and I'm telling you, that's just that bullshit. And you and Eric, and you and the left will take and
Ron,
cut
okay,
his nose.
you believe that
Despite-
Donald Trump came up with the vaccine. Okay, but
I didn't say Trump
let me-
came up with the
hold on,
vaccine.
let me ask you this.
Never.
Let me
I
ask you this.
said
Let me
he
ask you this, sir. So
initiated it.
let me ask you: did he,
I
from
said
day one,
he
Ron,
was-
did he
he-
handle the coronavirus pandemic correctly, and or did he make a lot of missteps that cost a lot of lives?
Okay. I don't say it cost a lot of lives.
Oh.
He cost us a lot of lives, but the virus cost us a lot of lives.
That's not what I asked you.
You know,
You're not answering
wait,
the question.
because I said no. I said no.
No, you didn't.
Shit.
I-
Okay, no,
Did
no,
Donald Trump make,
no.
did
I
Donald,
said no.
Can I get the question out? Did Donald Trump make missteps during the coronavirus
And yes, he
pandemic?
did. Yes, he did. Did Biden make missteps?
We're not talking about Biden right now.
No, motherfucker. We talking about and
Okay, I can't take it. I can't take it. He going bonkers. He going bonkers. He made missteps. He made missteps. You can't just be hollering out MF and all that stuff. And the little baby sitting right there. I can't have her hearing all of that stuff. But hold on, y'all can't blame me for that. Y'all can't blame me for that. I just asked. I'll be asking simple questions. I'll be asking simple questions. He hate me. Wyatt says Trump allowed governors to control their own states. But you know as well as I do that if the president says this ain't no big deal and it'll be gone in April, that affects how people move and how they handle things. Come on, just be honest. Just be honest. He made missteps. He lied to the people. He made a lot of assertions that weren't true. He said some crazy, wacky stuff. Nobody's injecting themselves with bleach. He suggested that happens. And he made a lot of missteps. That's just factual. So to say how did Donald Trump negatively during his administration, how was it negative? How did it negatively affect the country? Or I can't remember the exact wording that he used. How did he, do something that negatively affected the country? His inaction, his lying, his distorting of the facts, his wacky solutions, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. Wyatt says millions died in all countries, not just USA. It's not the point, because y'all ignoring the actual question that was asked. The question, at least as I perceived it, was basically, oh, the country was great. And y'all all complain about Trump. What did Trump do wrong? And my question to Wyatt or anybody else would be, are you telling me that Donald Trump, in your mind, handled the coronavirus perfectly, flawlessly, the best way for the country? Can you honestly say that what he did was the best way that any president could have possibly handled the coronavirus pandemic? Because that was the question. And the answer is, at least from my perspective, no, he didn't. I'm not saying he caused it. But clearly, he made some missteps. He even admitted, which I know is crazy, because we don't believe nothing Trump say until he admitting something that we already know. But he even admitted that he lied to the people. I mean, unless the assertion is lying is good. Now, Ron says, take away the coronavirus. How can you take away the coronavirus? Okay, let's take away the coronavirus. I'll take away the coronavirus. You tell me how to bring those millions of people back to life. Bring the millions of people back to life. Take away those years of shutdowns and, economic turmoil and all of that kind of stuff. And then we can have your conversation. But you can't take away the... That's like me saying, Ron, okay, take away the border crisis. And take away the effects of the coronavirus. And what did Joe Biden do wrong with regard to immigration? All of that plays a part. You want to take away the bad stuff, and then let's talk about who does that? When you get charged with a crime, you can't go to court and say, all right, take away the fact that I murdered those people. Now what? You can't do that. It all plays a part. It all plays a part. But my point was, before we even got to that, because that wasn't actually what I was talking about, I was saying people don't trust that man. And my question, and Ron, you can call back, but I'll need you to not, cuss and stuff today. I had to hang up on you because of the cussing and stuff, but you feel free to call back if you want to finish the conversation minus the cussing, because you don't see the little baby here, so you probably didn't know she was here, and I don't hold that against you. So yeah, you can call back if you want to finish the conversation. But what was I saying before I took that pause to say that he could call back? There were other things that happened under the Trump administration that Trump did wrong or bad. He says, I would never disrespect her like that. And I didn't, we're not beefing or nothing like that. I don't feel like that's the case. So yeah, that's why I said you can call back if you want and finish the conversation. Sammy says, please don't invite him back. I'm just saying, I abruptly ended the call, and I don't want him to think that I'm mad at him or, nothing like that, or that his opinion is not, welcome, because it is. Because it is. I don't know why he gets so worked up. I think that's the direction I was going, Raven. How about when he encouraged racists to take to the streets and murder innocent black people during the riots after George Floyd? Like he did stuff that wasn't great, but my point again was, does anybody legitimately, like, you hear Donald Trump say something, even just state something as a fact, do you trust him? Like, anybody can, make a mistake or, misstate a fact accidentally or whatever. And you like, okay, I give him the benefit of the doubt. He might have spun the facts just a little bit, but I believe what he's trying to say is probably correct with a slight spin on it. I don't give Donald Trump that benefit of the doubt. Donald Trump says something, I honestly believe that dude lying. And I'm shocked if it turns out to be actually factual. Do I hear sound effects? You do. You hear sound effects. Little baby over here playing some game. She's off camera, but she's playing some game. So you might hear something here and there. Caller.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. And you?
All right. Can I say some facts that Trump, some positive and negative things on fact check what Trump's numbers were in 2021?
First, what's your
When
name?
his in Karamia.
Okay. Karamia, sure.
Okay. Jobs decline, 2,886. Unemployment rate increased to 6.3. Job openings was 25.7. Yearly earnings was 8.7. The economic growth went down, negative 3.4. The S&P 500 went up 67.8%. The median household income went up 6%.
Median.
Property rate.
MEDIAN.
Yes,
Yes.
median. Property rate went down 1.3. The murder rate went up 1.1 of all time since 1997. And guess what? The Mexican border, the immigrants increased 14.7 when he was in office. Home prices went up 27.5. Home ownerships went up 2.1. Corporate profit, and we all know this is true, went up 8.5. The federal regulations restriction was 9%. People without health insurance went up 3 million. Food stamps went down 1.7. Gold mining was 8,500. It went down. Manufacturing jobs went down 100,054. The federal debt went up 50%. Who held public? Carbon monoxide emission went down. The trade deficit went up 40.5%. The consumer price went up 7.6. Handguns went up 12.5, and crude oil definitely went up 27.6.
All right. Now, you're saying all of that to say?
He didn't do any more worse than other presidents, is what I want to say. The one thing that I did like what Trump did, he got out of the GOP, the NATO, the most Aryan nations who fight war for merchant, payment. He was against that.
Did hate crimes go up or down?
Crimes went up.
Hate crimes.
The all-time high since 1997.
Hate crimes specifically.
Well, it didn't say hate crimes.
Oh.
I'm saying overall. But we know where that lies.
Because I imagine, Karamia, that hate crimes would have gone up with him because he did spew a lot of hateful rhetoric.
Yes, I agree. But as far as the NATO was one of my reason, I did like the fact that he got out of NATO. And NATO is a very treacherous organization that's who's imposing this war a lot with not Russia, but Israel and Pakistan, or, the Gaza. And we all know why they want to infiltrate Gaza, because of the canal, because of the oil transfer, moving vessels through that canal, and they want to take over it. But overall, I do think he has a big chance of getting back in. Do you?
I think no doubt he has a good chance of getting back in. Would you vote for him?
It's a hard decision. It really is.
Is it?
I did profit some off Biden, the student loan, so that was good. But the immigrants are flooding, and I used to not worry about that, because the United States has room for immigrants. They do.
Caramia?
But, pardon me?
Yeah. Do you believe Donald Trump is going to stop what people call illegal immigration?
No.
You believe he's going to slow it down?
I don't believe so. I believe Russia will come back in a high percentage like they did when he was in office. There were more babies being, what do you call that?
Born?
Not born.
Oh.
When they, adopt. More Russian children were being adopted into the United States when he was in office, because Obama stopped that. He slowed that down considerably. But Trump opened up the floodgates, being in his relationship with Putin and his wife.
So, but with all of that being said, you're not sure if you would vote for him.
Well, what do you think about Trump? Okay, let me ask you this question.
All right.
Didn't Trump give the most money to HBCUs, colleges? Didn't he give the most?
My understanding is that at that point, yes, but Biden has given more.
Right. After Biden came in. But before that, he did.
Right? And
So
your point
you
in
have
that,
to give him. You have to give him props for that,
why?
because he started the trend of giving the most.
Are you
and then
sure?
after,
Or and I'm not sure. I'm asking the question because I've heard people say that no, that was already gonna happen by the way that the thing was set up. Like I think I heard somebody say,
Obama.
and this may or may not be true, that Obama, you know how like they'll say,
earmark.
hold on, let me just finish this. You know how like they'll say, okay, we're gonna give this contribution, and over the years it's gonna increase every year because that's just the way this thing does. You know, we'll give you $1,000 in 2020. In 2021, we'll give you $1,100. In 2022, we'll give you $1,200. But every year it's going to go up. So then every president moving forward will be able to say, I gave the most to HBCUs, but that's just because that's the way it's structured. Is that
So
true
you
or
saying
is that
that
not
it's
true?
already? So you're saying that it's already earmarked for HBCUs to get that money anyway, regardless of what Trump did.
That was what I heard. I'm not saying it's true. I know you got all the statistics in front of you, so I was asking you if that's true.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I am not sure. But of course, Biden would try to look better, that, he gave more than Trump. But I'm up in the air because of foreign affairs. Even though Trump has no legal background, never been in the military. He's just not structured as a president. He's not presidential background as candidate, even his education. He's more into money. He is a business structure man. But his foreign policies I kind of agree with. Don't give that money to these foreign countries.
He did give money to foreign countries.
Yes, it was Putin and stuff, but okay. I have to research more about what foreign countries he really gave to, and then probably that will make my decision.
Oh. So it don't matter to you that he doesn't necessarily believe in the Constitution, that he didn't necessarily want to participate in the peaceful transfer of power, that he basically fed and almost helped organize an insurrection, that he's already admitted, while he said he was joking, that he'll be a dictator, he says, for a day. He's talked about when he gets in office, he's gonna clean house so that he can put his own people in there, so that potentially, he didn't say this part, I'm putting this part in, so that potentially when things, in 4 years, when it's time for him to leave office, he's got the people in place that will back him this time to overthrow the government. None of that matters to you, just how much money he's given to foreign countries?
That matters as well, but why is it that matters as well? And I really do have to do more research. But what is important to me, why is it that he got someone in, what's that girl's name, who he got into the Supreme Court, but Obama couldn't get anybody in?
Because because the Republicans control the Senate.
Okay, right. Now, it's important, or it doesn't matter who's president, because they're just a model. I mean, they really have no power. What does matter is the Congress and the Senate who we vote for. And that's what we're really not opening up and waking up to. Who would best represent us in Congress and the Senate?
Well,
because the president is just a puppet.
Well, I
He
think
really doesn't have any power.
Karamia, I'm not 100% sure that that's true, because like I just mentioned, Trump has talked about, once he gets in office, basically cleaning house, all of these federal positions, basically all the people that he can actually get rid of, getting rid of them and installing his own people. So if you put yourself in a position of power with all of those people who make key decisions about the government, who are not going to look at the Constitution or what's good or bad for the country, but just what you want, that makes you a very powerful person.
No, it's his cabinet. Isn't it his cabinet who he's talking about?
No.
He has nothing to do with Congress or Senate who we vote in.
There are other federal employees who he can get rid of and put people in that he controls.
Yes, as far as
say
the chief officer.
Say the director of the FBI. Now, my understanding is he can get rid of the director of the FBI and appoint a different director of the FBI, one who will do exactly what he says. And then that guy can go in and clean house, just fire FBI agents left and right, and put in people who will do exactly what he tells them to do. That's a whole portion of the government who will then only become not a function of the government, but a function of what does King Trump want.
Yeah, he can also replace the chief of the military too.
And he has floated the idea of actually doing that.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Okay.
Was it so bad when he was in before?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How did it affect you other than the coronavirus?
That's kind of a very important thing.
It is. And I did not agree how he handled the coronavirus. episode, the epidemic, how he took money away from the CDC when Obama put all of those funds into CDC, tried to warn him that this was coming to shore, and he mishandled the money. That did
But you
happen.
want to know, so let's pretend all those millions of people are back alive, since that's not important to people. Another thing that he did, and this is just my opinion, I believe it's dangerous for a president to side with white supremacists, to basically say white supremacists are good people. People who are killing people. Literally, they ran that lady down in the street, and he like, hey, they was good people. That's bad.
Yeah,
A president
you make some good points.
who tells law enforcement to abuse citizens and violate their civil rights. He's told police on multiple occasions, basically, I don't care about their rights. Bang them up, beat them down. Do whatever you want to do to a criminal while you're arresting them. It's fine.
I did remember that and witness that, and especially the march on Washington in January when he lost the election, what took place. He has a lot of mental ill people who support him. I will say that, because of the amendment and what they believe. But I didn't personally, maybe in the long run, it didn't hurt me when he was in president, nor my family. It didn't affect me much other than inflation and all of this. That affected me. So I can't say that. But I did not go unemployed. I stayed working the whole time. I missed out on that unemployment that those people were getting because they was getting a fat check. But, it's still up in the air because I'm looking at the business aspect of United States.
So you're saying, Karamia, that you were, because apparently this, and this is not a shot, a lot of people vote this way. People vote their own interests. So you're saying, I wouldn't care if the rest of the world, if the rest of the country went up in flames, as long as my house didn't burn down and I still
No,
had
I'm not
access to
saying
stuff.
that. I do have empathy. I do have empathy and compassion for other people. I'm not saying that. There was a lot of people that did suffer. But
you don't care.
he
'Cause
didn't
you
do as bad as the other president, and Biden is really going downhill now.
Okay,
I mean,
so let me
I like
ask,
Biden. I do like Biden.
Karamia, hold on, let me ask. So have you been unemployed since Biden's been in office?
Yes.
And that's because of Biden's policies?
No, that's my own doing. I mean, I'm getting ready to, go back to work. So, because jobs are plentiful. That's my own discretion in something. But
So then how do you blame Biden for it?
I don't blame Biden. That's my own discretion. But I'm just going to say this. It's going to be a very tight race. And if Trump does get in office, just be prepared.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go with the flow. And it's not all woe is me. I'm not going to think that way either, because my experience and wisdom of all of these presidents, I'm like in my 60s. I've navigated through life to endure. Black people are always going to survive because we know how to survive, because we're used to having nothing anyway, And as far as, we'll just see how this race unfolds.
But you're definitely not worried about, like, him putting people in place and taking over the country. That part doesn't concern you at all.
No,
Okay.
I really think that's just propaganda.
Okay.
Just like the propaganda of Biden let all of these immigrants in illegal immigrants in, and they're giving them money
So it
because
doesn't
they're
matter
not
that
giving
he's
them.
already said that he's going to do it. You're like, no, he was just spreading propaganda against himself.
Well, Trump let a lot of immigrants in as
No, I'm
well.
not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about Donald Trump talking about replacing key members of the government.
Of course he's going to do that. Doesn't every president do that?
No. Every president doesn't try to take over the Department of Justice and the military and make them work for them specifically. No,
No,
that is
but they
not normal,
replace them
Carrie.
with they do replace them with their own people that they
No,
want.
no,
Okay, then you tell me which one. You tell me
none.
which president that hasn't.
None of them have ever.
That is not true.
Who? Okay, so who? Which president in your mind tried to take over the Department of Justice and the military to make them work for them their own personal needs and
No,
desires?
I can't state that.
Right.
No.
But Donald Trump has said he's gonna do it.
Where did you read that? Please give me the website.
I don't have
Where
the
did you
website.
read that?
Just search Donald Trump replacing members of the government. It'll probably come up.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. And then that probably will be my final decision once I read something negative.
I'm not sure about that, but all right.
All right. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you for speaking.
Bye.
All right. Ron, you're back. He hung up. I thought Ron was back, but he hung up. Yeah, Donald Trump has talked about replacing replacing the government. Ron.
All right, I'm on my tablet. My fault.
It's all right.
And man, I wouldn't have never did that, man. I you know, I
It's
know
all
baby.
good. You don't even have to apologize. I understand.
Good. But listen, the thing about it, and I'm gonna take you in another direction as far as this Trump stuff. Okay. Now, first of all, gifts are without repentance. You know what that means?
Say that one more time.
Gifts are without repentance.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, do you know what it means? Because I can explain it to you.
I have an
if you don't
idea
know.
of what it means, but what do you think it means?
Okay. It means that the gifts that God gave you, He won't take them back because of the way you act. Because the gifts are without repentance. He's gonna get that gift out of you either way it goes. So if you say you're supposed to be in a gospel singing group, and you so go for a secular singing group, and he gonna get that gift out of you. So and sometimes that's why people go through the religious music and contour to secular music. But I said that to say this. Would you agree? Now, I asked you that question a little bit ago. Would you agree that we are in the back of the book? And when I say in the back of the book, I mean that basically all of the prophecies have been fulfilled. But and people don't mention it, and don't, and I think that was what Twin was talking about yesterday or the day before yesterday. Biden, this administration has ushered in, has ushered in, abortion, you know, at the time of not you can have an abortion up until the time you have the baby, and
Where?
if the baby,
Hold on, where,
huh?
where can that happen?
I know California. I know them, but I just can't replay them. But I know California, and it's a couple other states, and transgenderism. If you have the love of God in you gonna have to you gonna love everybody. But transgenderism ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right, and you can't make it.
Hold on, Ron. Because when
Okay.
people say stuff, I try to look it up as quickly as I can. It may not be, the best, but according to what I just looked up, in California, the state prohibits abortions after the fetus is viable, generally some point between 24 and 26 weeks. Not until the day that the baby is born.
No.
This is from abortion.ca.gov.
No. Do state of California do how do the state of California? The state of California, and it's a couple of them. And again, now you said 20 what weeks?
Hold on, let me scroll. 24 and 26.
Oh shit, hell no, nah. Yeah, do state of California, because I know that's false. And even 26. And I'm not. I really don't want to, talk. I'm not talking about people who've made that decision. I mean, you have to live with that decision. It ain't for me. It ain't for me to talk about you and all that other stuff. I'm not criticizing nobody, for nothing that they felt like they had to do, because we done all did what we had to do. Just like Karamia said, we gonna get it, But even if it's 26 weeks, man, I used to look at my sister baby move. She used to lay on her back and take my niece and push her, and she used to just move, and I used to be I'm fascinated. That's a baby. That's a baby. That's a baby. That's a baby.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ron.
No. Oh, okay. That's no. I'm gonna break it down for you. God called me to the ministry 30 years ago.
What?
God called me to the ministry. Here, wait. I'm gonna break it down for you.
I'm really interested.
And I used to wonder, because I love God. I got a passion for God right now. I love God, but I used to wonder why I couldn't live right. I'm like, man, deacon in the church, and I'm going, and I love God, but the streets kept calling me. And what's a trip is? Now, I've gotten knowledge, to surpass where I was at that stage. But I went and I've taught my son stuff, but I know that he got to get that for himself. He got to get God off for himself. I took him to one of my churches, or the church that I last, fellowship that, and I'm still
Ron,
real good friends with the
Ron,
pastor.
Ron,
Yes,
what are we talking
yes.
about? What are you talking about?
I,
I don't know
I,
what topic we're
I, I,
discussing right now.
I'm gonna tell, we talking about Trump versus Biden. Talking
And
about Trump
somehow
versus
the
Biden.
role got to you being a minister and a deacon and you taking.
No. Listen to me. Um, I went, and we went, and I know that at this time the people just people. I don't care what you say and how holy you quote unquote think you are and all that stuff. People just people.
Okay.
You know,
I
and
accept your premise. People are people. Can we get back?
yeah. So wait a
You
minute.
got to bring it home at
And
some
I
point.
promise you, I'm gonna bring it home, and you're gonna think about it. And I'll fast forward.
Okay.
So my middle son is a minister, and I told him, I said either we done been left, God done came and gone already, or he coming tomorrow. And we not. It's like we not thinking about that. When you support a party that is and I don't want to say demonic because because that's But when you support a party,
But
that's
you
all
said you don't
about.
support either party.
But I'm an independent, so
Right.
I vote
So
for
why
my
we
best
talking about
interest.
who support what party?
And I vote for my best interest, and my best interests are the kids. My best interests are these young black boys that they teaching
Right, but Ron,
teaching to be gay,
but Ron,
teaching to be gay.
but Ron. They overturned.
I don't tell you.
Can,
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
they,
I said, go ahead.
they overturned Roe versus Wade, and
Yeah.
now the states are having to make these decisions themselves.
Okay.
Right? So, like here in Ohio, they put it on the ballot, and the
Yeah.
people made the decision,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Democrats, not Republicans. The
Yeah.
people made decisions. So, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about the fact that I can't, and I don't see how nobody could support a party,
Again, what party
that
are you talking about? The
the
people are
Democrats.
making these decisions now. Democrats aren't making them.
Okay.
Republicans aren't making them. They're
Okay,
putting it on the ballot, and the people are making
now
decisions.
we made the decision. We made the decision. What did we decide?
That abortion is
No,
illegal.
well, we decided that at first they were clapping their hands and all that because Ohio was the first or not the first state, but you know what the issue last year.
So
You know
why
the
are we
issue
even
last
talking
year.
about abortion? I don't understand why we're talking about abortion.
Because Christians, black Christians, tend to be Democrats and all that stuff. I don't know how black Christians, but in black Christians in the Baptist church,
Okay,
in the Apostolic Church,
I'm still not understanding your point.
I'm saying when they support a Democrat, when they support the Dems, and the left agenda. You know what the left agenda is. All the kissing and hugging of all the men and all this.
No,
You know
hold
what
on,
the left
hold on,
agenda.
Ron. Let me explain something to you, because I genuinely don't believe you understand this.
Okay.
People, like, look, I don't want to say believe in, because I know it exists. I wish nobody would ever have an abortion, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, I support people's right to make their own decision, right?
I do too.
So then what are you talking about? Nobody
But no,
supports
if it's
forcing
legal,
people to abort babies.
it shouldn't be legal. I would never vote
If
for
you
it.
don't
But
think
if
it
you
should
did,
be
but
legal, then that means you don't think people should have a right to make that decision.
if it is legal, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
What does that have to do
When
with
in Rome,
anything? We're not talking
yeah,
about Rome.
yeah, yeah, because that, and I'm not. We have laws. We have laws. We have laws.
We do have laws.
We have laws and rules, right?
Yes,
Right. We have laws and rules, right?
We have laws.
Okay, and then when somebody says, I don't want to, like that chick with DHS services, with downtown, they was coming at her because her babies wouldn't pick up weight, and she did some stuff because of her religious habits and her belief that she wouldn't feed those babies infant. But they made her that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's the law.
I don't
But
know
she
what
didn't
you're
want to
talking
do it.
about.
But she didn't want to do it. But she
All
didn't
right.
want to do it.
Okay.
And like I said, you Democrats pretty much are Baptists and all that other stuff. Are black Democrats.
Okay.
There are black Democrats, and I don't understand how black people can support the Democrats and that left agenda.
All right.
There you go.
I appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. I don't understand what happened. I'm sorry. Hold on. If you thirsty, go get something to drink.
I can't.
What?
I can't.
Yes, you can. Stop it. But I'll be finished in a little bit. It's 5:00, so we'll be done in a minute. I don't understand what happened, y'all. I really don't. I just don't. And I have to admit, I was distracted. I had to tell y'all what distracted me. Key!
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, I thought I'd give you a break from some of that. You was letting it go for a minute. Oh, my goodness. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good. Okay, so, Ron, what's going on?
Huh?
Hello? I said, what's going on with Ron?
Here's what's going on with Ron is he's a Republican. He don't want to admit that he's a Republican because he think that by not admitting that he's a Republican, he can sway black people over to the Republican Party. But black people won't come to the Republican Party just because he tells them the fine points of Republicanism. He has to convince them that he's an independent and he's trying to get them to be more clear thinkers. And then he thinks that way he can pull them to the Republican Party. So he loses himself in trying to trick everybody into believing that he's not a Republican, and he comes up with all of these fantastical ways of trying to convince black people to vote Republican. That's really all that's going on with Ron. He really is. He's kind of like Elijah. How Elijah want everybody to be a Hebrew Israelite. I don't know if you listen to Lincoln. Elijah is a caller to Lincoln show, and he want everybody to be a Hebrew Israelite. No matter what the topic is, he can somehow turn it into become a Hebrew Israelite. But Elijah is very much open with his. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Wouldn't you like to be a Hebrew Israelite too? He's using the Dr. Pepper thing. Well, Ron doesn't want you. He doesn't want to use I'm a Republican, he's a Republican, she's a Republican, we're a Republican. Wouldn't you like to be a Republican too? Ron thinks it would be much better to say, hey, I'm an independent and you need to get off the Democratic plantation, and he's going to shame people into becoming a Republican. It's just a different tactic.
Oh my goodness, man! You take a breath. That was a long-winded explanation. Hey Tria, hey Kimberly, hey Raven, Ron, Saban, Anthony, LaDonna, Yo, Daryl, hey everybody in the chat. I think he just be calling too because he probably wants somebody to talk to. Because like how you were saying, he was drifting off talking about his childhood and then talking about his son and all of that. I think he be wanting somebody to talk to and he be trying to get it out. So when you be talking about different topics, I think he be wanting to talk about himself too because he just wants somebody to talk to, maybe. What you think?
I think he's got probably people to talk to. He's
Hey,
a
Miles.
good
Hey,
guy.
Brenda.
He's a personable guy, all of that kind of stuff. I think he has friends and all of that kind of stuff. I think. I'm not sure.
No, I think he like talking to you, Emanuel, and then he like when y'all get on the cussing fit and stuff. He like it when he talk to you. It just brings something out in him.
Okay. I really.
And he do, cause he don't really be talking like all that in the chat, and then we get to talk to you. That's when he be talking about different topics. But in the chat, it seems like he stay on topic. But when he talk to you on one-on-one, that's when he start dripping off into other stuff.
All right. I like Ron. I like Ron. I like talking to Ron. I don't even mind when Ron be cussing. It was
Hey, Krista.
today it was a little hardcore with the little baby sitting here, and he cleaned it up, which I knew that he would once he figured out the little baby was here. But I don't mind talking to Ron, cussing with Ron, debating with Ron, none of that kind of stuff. I like Ron as a caller, and I've met him a few times. Well, I know I met him in person once, and I think he's a good dude.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he like talking to you, Emmanuel. You make his day, even though y'all be bantering and stuff. You make his day. That's why he call in all the time. You make his day. Just like me, you make my day, and all the people in the chat, they make my day, because I be cracking up, good or bad, with the comments. These comments be off the chain, and they be making my day, just like you be saying, make somebody laugh or smile or whatever. I be cracking up. So, yeah. So why you ain't going to go get that little baby something to drink? It's obviously she don't want to go upstairs by herself. She wants you to go get it.
Well, then she got to wait till I finish. She
said she ain't going up there. She concentrating on something on that phone.
On the refrigerator, she know how to push that little button and the water come out and drink it. She know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, but she in her zone. She been right there concentrating, whatever she doing on that phone. And then she said that popcorn was nasty. Why you give her that? She said you tripping.
She don't like the popcorn, but she got her some pretzels over there, which is probably why she's thirsty. Those pretzels are making her thirsty, and so that's probably why she's thirsty, because she's been sitting there eating pretzels.
And she don't want to leave what she doing. She wants you to go get it. But I just called just to calm, mellow the conversation now from that long-winded conversation you had with him. I ain't really want nothing. What's on your agenda besides what
you do this weekend?
Let me see. What I'm doing this weekend? Probably go do my taxes on Saturday. Then Monday I got something to do at the library, and then probably do some cleaning of the house on Sunday, and then probably wash my hair on Monday. So that's on my agenda.
Okay, do me one favor.
What?
Actually, it's two favors.
What?
It's not all that important, but just for me.
What?
Saturday.
Okay.
Say that.
It's some words I can't say properly.
You can
just
say
like
Saturday and not.
No, it was one word you messed up. What you be saying? Hyenas. You say hyenas, and it's not hyenas. It's heinous. It's heinous.
Don't try to deflect. Say
no. Don't be trying to tell me how to talk, and you don't know how to talk.
Saturday. And
that's how I say it.
Library.
That's how I say it. Deal with it, Emmanuel.
Library.
Say
not library.
I know how to say it if I talk properly, but I say it because we chilling.
Okay.
We chill. We cool, Emanuel.
Okay.
Now, if we was in a proper set, I'll say library.
There you go.
Saturday. I know how to say. I know how to talk,
I
Emanuel.
just needed you to
But we
say it.
cool.
I just needed you to say it. It did my
Kroger. I know how to do it, Emanuel.
All right.
But we cool, so sometimes it comes off like slang.
Okay.
You a mess. Now say heinous and not hyenas
it
like
is
the animal.
heinous.
Hyena. You a messy man, you. But yeah, that's all. I ain't want nothing. Just call, say hey,
All right, Key.
or whatever, and make somebody laugh, or whatever. So I'll let somebody call in or whatever. Everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Be safe if you out. Talk to y'all later.
All right. Y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here, but I got to give y'all an update. Nobody said this was off the record. Otherwise, I wouldn't update y'all on it. But there's been some startling developments. So I have to update y'all because it's kind of big. I have been instructed to never speak to Lincoln Ware ever again in life. That was the instruction that I've been given. That's what when Ron first came on, I got a text message. And it said, "Please stop lying on me." I said, "What lie did I tell?" The response was, "All of it. Stop now." My response was, "All of what? I have said nothing about you that is not 100% true. You had Chuck call corporate to get me fired. That is a fact." Fact in all caps. "You told Donnie to call the GM on me. That is a fact. Fact in all caps. The response was, "Prove it. I am done with you. Don't speak to me ever again, or don't speak to me again ever in life." Of course, my response was, "You admitted it." And then, of course, I ended with, "You shouldn't have done it if you weren't going to be proud of it." So, I don't know if I'm banned from even commenting on the buzz now. I might be banned from even typing messages in. I am not allowed to speak to him ever again in life. Y'all know, now I want to call in. I might have to break my own self-imposed ban. Oh. Oh, boy. See, this is the beauty of just treating people right and telling the truth. Treating people right and telling the truth. You don't have to back off of anything because you know what you're saying is true. You know it. So I might have to call in now. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like confusion. See, this is why I treat people right. I can tell you right now, I never in my life have attempted to make somebody else lose their job. Even if I didn't like them. It never happened. And I think when your conscience is clear, you'll be cool. Like, okay. But, just for the record, you can't force someone to not talk to you. You can ignore them if they talk to you. You can even try to retaliate physically if they talk to you. But you can't force people to not talk to you ever in life. In spite of that, I still like Mr. Ware. The truth is, he's just ashamed of what he did. And he never thought that I would share with everybody what he did. What he did was dirty, and I can't pretend that it didn't happen. I just can't. So that's the development. It all happened via text message. I'm not making up a single word of it. Y'all can't see it because of the thing, but I'm not making up a single word of it. Sierra said, what did he do? I talked about that earlier in the show. There was a point where he was quite upset with me, and he enlisted people to call and attempt to get me fired. He enlisted people to call to try to get me fired and lie to try to get me fired. That's 100% true. I stand by that. If I'm lying, sue me. Sue me. Would that be defamation? If I'm not telling the truth, that would be defamation. And then we can call those people on the stand under oath, and they can say whether or not you had them call on me. Now, they might lie, but then there are other people who you admitted it to who I'm pretty sure wouldn't lie. Remember admitting it in the meeting where Chuck was going after the advertisers saying that I was calling him pink people? And in that meeting, you admitted it. Remember that? I remember stuff. And I remember the people who was in the meeting. My brain, some stuff I don't. You tell me your name, and it'll be a year and a half. I'll be with you almost every day, and I won't remember your name. But some stuff, my brain processes different and remembers details. You can only be nice to people who let you be nice to them. And this is 2024. This is the year where we tell the truth and we name names. And if you don't want the truth out, don't do stuff that you would be ashamed of other people knowing. Simple. Simple. But that's it. That was the whole update. Oh. Angela says, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. He break up with me a lot. And it is what it is. If I never talk to him again for the rest of my life, my conscience would be 100% clear. I'll still listen to his show and all that stuff because he's a funny dude. But I can't back off of the truth. Yes, TROOF. I can't back off of the truth. My spirit won't let me. For real, just like I couldn't take that shot because in my spirit I didn't believe that I needed to. My spirit won't let me not tell the truth. It won't. And I feel like it'd be easy to just not say anything. But when I see the same moves being, the same, like you watch somebody and you're like, okay, he did this. Oh, he did that. Oh, he did that. I bet next thing he gonna do is that. Yep, told you. You know what the next step is. When you see it happening to somebody else, hey, you got to tell it. You got to tell the truth. It is not in my spirit to lie. It's just not. Or to sit back and watch somebody go through the same thing that I went through and not give them a heads up about what's coming, especially when it's not just. That is not in my spirit. I can't. I guess I could, but I can't. No. Maybe if I didn't like the person. Like if I didn't like Raven, then I'd probably just be like, let me keep that to myself. But I see the same moves. And my spirit won't let me not say it. If you don't want me to talk about it, stop doing the same thing, because I see the same thing. It's not right. It's not good. It's not fair. It's not. Stop doing it, and I'll stop talking about it. I'll never lie about it. But you stop doing it, and I'll stop talking about it. For real, it didn't really hit me until yesterday when he said what he said. When he said, like, hey, I could see it's hard to do the job when you want to take the other person's job or whatever. I don't remember the exact verbiage. And I was like, I remember he said that about me. I remember he used whatever those words were. He used those exact words about me. And I just can't sit back and watch somebody be mistreated just because. So stop doing it, and I'll stop talking about it. But as long as you do it, I'm going to give a heads up like, hey, this is next move. Be aware that this is about to happen. Just treat people with respect. Just treat people with respect. Even if you feel that way, you don't have to say that in public. You don't have to say that in public. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you could say off air, behind the scenes, where nobody hears. If you're concerned about the way that I speak about you, you should have thought about that when you were treating me disrespectfully. All I'm saying is 100% truth. It is the truth. TROOF. Exclamation point. Don't do it if you're going to be ashamed of it later on when everybody find out. Oh, well, that's that. And again, y'all really don't understand. It's not a one-time thing. It's, you know, it really have been going on for a long time. It really have. Once it get to that point of, you want my job, you want my job, it's been through a number of other steps. I know you want my job. I know you want it. That's why you playing that music that you playing. I know you want my job. I just tell the truth. I just tell the truth. It's who I am. It's what I have to do. And if I tell the truth on, I'm not talking to Lincoln. If I tell the truth on you, Like, you say something to me, you do something to me, and I tell the truth on you. Don't be mad at me. If you don't like that truth, be mad at you for doing whatever it is that you did that you're now ashamed of and you don't want other people to hear. Because guess what? I tell the positive truth. Tell y'all a quick story about Wyatt. It's a quick story. It's real quick. I think I've told it before. But y'all know I do t-shirts. You know, I print t-shirts. Printed this. I print t-shirts. And, other, apparel decoration, I guess technically is the term for it. But I was talking about purchasing some stuff on Alibaba. Just because I've never purchased anything on Alibaba. I want to purchase something on Alibaba. Just because I want to go through the process. And Wyatt thought I was talking about purchasing blanks, meaning t-shirts with nothing on them. And Wyatt reached out to me off air, privately. He reached out to me and he said, bro, don't be purchasing nothing on Bobby Bada, whatever that is, because y'all know how he be jacking stuff up. So don't purchase nothing on that Body Baba or whatever it is site. I'm like, Alibaba. Yeah, Body Baba or whatever it is. I chuckled. But he was like, nah, here, this is a site, a wholesale site where you can get blanks for cheap. He said there's a process that you have to go through if you want to, get the stuff. He said, but I used to kind of be in that business, so I know how that stuff go. Now, I wasn't actually talking about purchasing shirts, but I knew about wholesale and everything, but a few people that I had reached out had basically told me, don't worry about it. You ain't ready for that yet. But he reached out to me and said, here is what you do. He said, but it's a process. And it's going to take you a minute. But here is what I'll do. You can go on there. I'll give you, he said, here's the website. You go on and you find whatever it is that you want. He said, write down the numbers. Because, they have, I'm going to call them model numbers. That's probably not correct. Write down the numbers and call me. He said, and I'll order whatever it is you want. And I'll order it at the wholesale price. And then, you can just give me the money. And, I took him up on that once. Saved a good piece of money. But, of course, when I took him up on that, I started that whole process with that particular company. There's a number of different companies. But starting with that one company allowed me, just going through the process once, I don't know if anybody else is like this. First time you do something, you're not sure, you don't know exactly how to go through the process and you kind of fumble your way through the process. But of course, after that first time, then the second time was much easier and, you go on and on and on. But he did something behind the scenes and it was positive and it helped me. Now, am I not supposed to tell that truth? And he might not want y'all to know that he hooked a brother up. But again, I got to tell the truth. And of course, the point of me saying that is a truth that I would imagine Randall Wyatt is not ashamed of. I'm not going to get no text probably from Randall like, stop telling people. Stop it now. Because he did something that is not, in my opinion, worthy of shame. Treat people right and with respect, and when they tell the truth on you, you don't have to worry about it. Because you're an honorable person. And even if it's negative, I've done and said some negative things to people, but guess what? If somebody said, Emanuel said that, you know what, I would be like, yeah, I said it. Let me tell you why I said it. And then they wouldn't want me to tell the truth. Okay, hold on. That's enough. That's enough. No. No. Let me tell why I said it. Because there's a good chance you did something to deserve it. Come on, y'all. We treat people with respect over here. That's my Monique. That's my Monique. I still love you. But we got to tell the truth. There's got to be some accountability. Got to be accountability. So, yeah, I tell the truth. And I don't fear nobody who worried about what truth I'm telling. All right, y'all. I got to go. The little baby say she thirsty. Those pretzels are making her thirsty. As you are out and about this weekend, enjoy yourself. And if you can, little baby told me yesterday to stop telling people my name. So I figure I just put it up on the screen and let y'all see it. Is that okay, little baby? She said yeah. She shook her head. So I just put it on the screen, and that's that. Have a great weekend. If you are out and about, be the reason that somebody smiles at some point this weekend. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.